All right, man. We're doing this a little different this time. MH, man, you know it's the live show. It's been a while, man. So you got to give the people what they want, right?
Let's get it.
All right, man. So
Let's
I'm
get
gonna
it.
start. I'm gonna start bringing them in, man. You call them out, man. I see.
Blake Star, Mr. International. King Gene. As EJ said, the mean starting five. We here?
We gotta start at 5, man. So we're gonna get going, man. You know, we as people, we got things going on. So I'm sure there's gonna be some people trickling in. So, you know, we're gonna push back. I know there's some reason why we're here. So we're gonna start off a little light and warm ourselves up, right? Because it's been a while since we all been together. So I mean, I guess I want to kind of start off with just, you know, a check-in, right? I think MH and I, you know, one of the reasons for this platform is to give people, you know, a place to be heard. But just also just checking in and tapping in, man. So how was the holidays, man? We'll start there, man. How was everybody's holiday?
Good.
It's good.
Very well. I had some people from out of town come far away here for the first time, man. They like it in Ohio. They're coming back, so it's real nice.
So this is before that that snow.
Yeah. No, they was here. It was like 55, 60.
Nah. they got out just in time.
Oh,
right?
they got out in the nick of time, Jack. Cold.
And definitely want to congratulate Mr. King Gene, man. You know, official now. You know what I mean? So, you know, he definitely welcomed something in, man. So congratulations to you, family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Gene.
Thank you, man.
You rested?
No. No. Not at all.
All right, man. So I guess I'll start with one place, man, especially since we do have Blake Star on the shelf, and he's definitely keeps us making tune with the women's sports, man. And just what are our thoughts with LSU? Because I know Gene has definitely ties and stuff to LSU, but we had a treat. MH and I had a chance to see the girls play. They had a nice little kind of little classic here in Las Vegas, where the LSU women played, and got knocked off of that #1 ranking. You know what I mean? And you know, we didn't know anything quickly. We didn't know anything now, but you know, there's just some other things that are kind of going on, and like we don't want to stay on the negative side of things, but just kind of like how that affects, and kind of like they say the crown is heavy sometimes, man. So Blake Star, man, we'll let you jump in, and then Gene follow up, and anybody else has any comments.
I mean, I think they'll get it together, man. I don't know what's going on with the extra Angel Reese stuff, and I mean, to me, this is a little bit like blowback, or you know what I'm saying. This is that mushroom cloud of that NIL stuff. I think, you know what I'm saying. Like, okay, they're getting money now, and apparently she ain't got to go to class no more. Because I mean, that's kind of what it's really kind of. I mean, as far as I know. I mean, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? People, egos, all type of stuff going on. But I think they get it together. That freshman they got, the one from Louisiana, Michaela, they loaded. They loaded that. I think they gonna have, you know, they troubles or against like South Carolina and whatnot. But other than that, they pretty much they'll be there. They'll be there at the end. So we'll see.
Hey, I just want to follow up on what you said. Because I think without the portal, people would be in line, and without the NIL. Because right now, she could sit out this year and then go somewhere else next year. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. I don't got to sit out when I get there. I'm just out of this piece and I'm done. So I second what Blake said on the NIL and the portal having some kind of impact with how players got to react to discipline from coaching, regardless to not knowing exactly what's going on with them. But I know if I got the mindset of I ain't got to worry about this, I'm out next year, I can get my paper wherever I go, and I don't got to be held accountable to all of the other stuff that they try to put on me.
Yeah, she got like $1 million for that. I mean, like over $1 million, whatever. I mean, at that point, I'm sure she didn't spend all that bread, but
I thought she got on with K Jewelers after doing that, right?
Yeah, hey, it was a lot of endorsements coming on with that. So I mean, in my opinion, we might not ever see her at college ball again. Like, for real.
I'm rich.
Yeah, right.
Well, isn't that kind of what she says though? Like, or something like, why would I like leave to go to the W? Because the money she's making there, right? Like, so that was a comment that was made by somebody.
No, that was made by Angel. Angel said it.
Okay,
Angel said it. But I just think it's like everything. It's the whole microcosm of NIL. And sometimes it'll go to your head, you get a little fat. And everybody, like, if you look at it, like, you didn't see her in the gym all summer. You saw her at beaches
Yeah,
and with her boyfriend.
doing commercials.
Doing commercials. So, like, when you don't have that, when you've never experienced that, and I'm sure she doesn't have the people around her to teach her and train. It's like, all right, you got to do all these media appearances and all this sponsorship stuff, but you also got to get back in the gym. Like somebody that's coming into the league in the NBA where they have all these resources when they're going through their career. In college, that's different. Like in college, you don't have those resources. Nobody telling them, like, you know what? The reason you got this money is for basketball.
Yeah.
You need to be working on basketball to keep this money.
So I think the same thing. It's kind of like they're gonna have to now that we see what's going on, like, all right, again, I mean, everything happens in steps, and all right, we might not have knew this was gonna happen, but I think from here on out, they're gonna be having these types of, mentors or classes or something where they can get that information. Because like you said, it's uncharted territory. Like I'm trying to think, if I was Angel Reese, like, you might not see me hooping too much. Like, I'm getting everything. I mean, of course, that's the vehicle that's gonna get you there. And so, like Candace Parker, like, she ain't really got a hoop, but she getting way more money doing TNT, all that other stuff, endorsements and everything. So at the end of the day, yeah, that's what got you there. But do you really need to do it? No. So
I think the one thing she needs to worry about is it's all these girls that are dogs are coming, and they're gonna take all that away because the girls are getting better each year. Is more and more stars and more traits, more sellable traits. And I think Angel has to realize, like, hey, these new girls are coming. It's some freshmen, it's some seniors in high school right now that are coming. Cole. And what's the girl from? Is she at USC?
USC. There's one at South Carolina.
South Carolina. I'm like, these girls are cold.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a plug in for my boy's daughter, man. Nina Kane. Keep your eyes out, man. I think she might be going to Arizona, but she can ball, man, right out of Sacramento, man. So keep your eye out for that.
Oh, I do wonder, and Gene, you kind of touched on it. Is LSU football? To your point, they got a coaching staff, they got a strength staff, they got a general manager, almost like an NFL team. I do wonder, is the structure set up at that point right now for women's basketball across the programs? And it may be at LSU because they were the number one in the country, but that might not be the same for the rest of the country, just based on budgets that are allotted in college. Do they have the staff that could really get the kids help or the resources that they need to keep things in line? All those type of things.
LSU can afford one of them in-game scouting people too to sit at the game, right, and scout, right? So they need to make that happen.
Well,
I'm sure they can afford it, but will they afford it is the better question. And when it comes to like what you were saying about like those dogs coming, I mean, I feel that and I don't at the same breath, because you got players that haven't played at all that are getting millions in NIL. Arch Manning, for example.
Who'd you say again?
Arch Manning.
He switched it up, didn't he?
Huh?
What, Texas?
Yeah.
He's still in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
He played like, I don't know, a couple snaps in this past weekend when they blew out Tech. Hook'em Horns.
Yeah. And it's still, what's crazy about it, it still allows him to keep his red shirt.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play enough down.
Yeah. So my man's making millions to just ride the bench third. So
yeah. But I think when it comes to guys and girls are different.
That's true.
Girls will have to like go in and prove. Guys, if they in high school and they listed as number one, money's gonna be.
Angel's already, that name's already out. It's already a big name, Yeah.
No, Angel's the name. It was like, what's great about Angel's the name, but she's probably the sixth best player.
Yeah.
In that whole class, in her class.
So where does like these sites like a 247, a On3, whatever these sites that rank and put people 5-star, where do they play in this? Because I'm sure the people, the collectives that have some of the money, they're looking at the sites too as public knowledge and say, hey, we got this amount of 5-star. We all know that a 5-star in high school could mean something and it could mean nothing when you get to other competitions. So where do you think they play in this whole picture?
Yeah, because what was Sycamore? What was their rating of as far as a high school division?
I mean, according to him, he had about four or five
Hey,
five stars on his team.
Right? He had the dogs. I still haven't watched that documentary, but no, that's a good point, MH. I mean,
Yep.
I think it's who puts value into the rankings, right? But you need a source, right? Because
The people that make the people in those collectives. It's like, hold on, man. There's 6 blue chips or 5 stars going to this school. Based on my 247 ranking. What we doing over here? Yeah. I wonder what are those like? How are those platforms associated with those universities? Right, 247, for instance, always has favorable coverage for a particular school and not so for another school. So I wonder how much that plays into that as well. I don't know.
Another big piece of this is social media, like TikTok and Snapchat. They are full-fledged into high school sports, so they following the number one recruits, and these number one recruits putting up highlights. And once they see them highlights, the collectives are going to come in like, you know what? I'm going to invest in this person. I think this person is going to be great based off of some highlights they see.
Yeah, no more mailing your tape to a coach and hoping that they like what they see with that little spliced up thing you did.
Right.
So now they can watch you all game long, man, posting each week your stats and everything you do. So that, I think, Gene, you're right on that. That plays a huge part in your exposure is so much different now. So you get your name out there.
Right. Think how big Mikey Williams is, and Mikey Williams probably not a top 20 player in his class.
But he's all over the news.
Hugest name. Like, yeah, he's the hugest name.
All over the news.
It's all because he's like that first real TikTok, Snapchat athlete that was coming up. We basically been following him since he was a freshman in high school. So
Zion had that same thing with his clips, right? You see this like big dude, like
that's facts.
Lonzo.
Right, so
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball brothers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely use that platform, and like, I mean, that's smart for the platforms, right? Because that's the biggest thing. They need content, right? And then the even bigger part of that is the fact that not only do they get content, they're getting these younger and younger people addicted or attached to this platform to going to be their resource, right? Because I mean, MH and I joke about this all the time, and I'm pretty sure most of you, like, if something's news breaking right now, you can't find any information, you go to 2 places, or you used to go to Twitter and TMZ, or just go to TMZ Twitter just to find out like what's late breaking the news, because these are the sources that people are kind of running to.
Yeah, that's all very helpful information, especially when you got that. I mean, I don't know how many y'all play sports, but imagine if y'all was back then, if that platform was out there then, you've been making highlight tapes, everything. So a lot of, just period. I think a lot of, success comes from that. I mean, it's a lot of bad with it too. I mean, we wouldn't know nothing about Soulja Boy if it wasn't for YouTube.
Right.
Soulja Boy, tell him.
Big Soulja been put him on, bro.
Soulja.
But so in a sense, though, it is kind of hurting the game, because these cats are spending much more time on those platforms and in the gym are actually learning the craft of the game. So sometimes you're getting some fugazi people out there because, you're seeing those highlights, not, someone, putting in that work. All right, moving on, unless anybody's got LimeWire. What's up, Andrew, man? Glad to see you back on with us. Andrew always be dropping some dimes in the comments, man. So, yeah, if you're watching live, we see some people live streaming, man. Please post your comments, throw some questions to the collective, man. We definitely want to hear your opinion as well. But I want to turn things over, man. One of our shows that we had, one of the locker rooms, we talked about the NBA play-in game. So, anybody been watching that, following that, kind of thoughts either on our show or just the NBA play-in game in general?
Like the in-season tournament?
The in-season tournament. Yeah, I called the play-in game. I meant the in-season. Thanks, MH.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it a lot. I could go without some of the courts, but all in all, some of them courts, man, I have to look away for a minute and try to track where the ball is going. But all in all, I think it's interesting because you got players playing hard and playing for something. And when you put that kind of bag out there for a guy that's in his first year, you know what I'm saying? That's a nice little chunk of change, man, to keep everybody motivated,
Right. And it's crazy. At first, I was one of those people like, I don't know what this is. This looks like it's going to be stupid. But to see how the players are motivated to play and how they're really interested in like trying to win and get this bag,
Man,
it's been good.
the Orlando Magic is out there balling for this.
Balling.
So are the Lakers.
They out there balling for this bread.
Lakers ain't playing nobody in the tournament yet.
Hey, they're more worried about that tournament than they are the regular season, though. I'll tell you that much.
Because if they're gonna get tired about something, they might as well win something this season. Because it's not gonna be the finals.
It definitely won't be the finals. Not if they're getting blown out by 44.
It's really interesting that they do like the point differential is like really big, and when it comes to like the seeding and the pool play, because you always have these unspoken rules like, hey, you up by 15 at the end of the game, you don't need to be dunking. But dudes are still like DeMar DeRozan, I think, got thrown out in the game recently because they were somebody was dunked. I think the Raptors, somebody dunked at the end of the game to kind of get some more points. So that's kind of interesting. I think the money is great. I would be really cool if you get an automatic bid into the play-in at the end of the season, that play-in tournament, or maybe you have at minimum you're a 6 seed into the playoffs. I really think you would be really getting some for real action going on in it. But
Yeah.
I think it's been successful so far.
Yeah, I think that they're probably just gonna work out some kinks. But I agree with you, MH, as far as like make there be some sort of incentive for like post-season play. I would say draft picks, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, some people may not care about the organization like that, you know what I'm saying? So definitely maybe some sort of incentive for playoff or, you know, I don't know how I'm pretty sure they probably figure out something, but I think that's a good idea as well.
And do you think this holds any weight or should hold any weight for like MVP stuff as well, right? Like, if you're a candidate, did your team at least make it? You know, were you in for a certain amount of games, things of that nature?
I personally don't think so. I just think, the MVP should be the MVP.
You don't get a mid-season award though out of it, right? You don't get a mid-season MVP of that little.
Yeah. It could be
a smaller trophy, but you gonna get something.
Yeah. You got an MVP of a tournament.
A little something. That's what's up.
This might be a place for your boy Ben Simmons to resurrect his career. Man.
Oh gosh!
No disrespect, Ben. He's been playing, man.
Is he back?
Playing what?
He was. I think he's a little hurt now. But,
I'm so surprised.
Early in the season, he was balling.
I thought he was hurt.
No.
Yeah, he
that wasn't regular season.
He a little tight. Yeah, he was hooping in the regular season, man.
He was doing decent, I think, but he definitely. And he is hurt. He is hurt, ain't he? He hurt.
Yeah, he hurt right now.
I think he hurt right now, but
his brain hurt. His brain been hurt for the last 30 years. Brain hurt.
Like that.
Look, not comeback player of the year hurt. Like good. He's doing decent.
He puts a bid in for comeback player of the year.
That's the second stanza of the NBA season. See, that's a good thing about this tournament, man. There's, we wouldn't even be talking about the NBA right now until Christmas. So that's just the first stanza or whatever. And then when we get past Christmas, Ben will turn up. Then then the story narrative changes into trade deadline and what stars, man, going wherever, and then you get serious about who's playoffs. So by the time it's trade deadline, Ben be back ready to play. So
right.
So Ben is avoiding to play the trade deadline right now. That's his game plan. Is if I do,
he said he's going to act 2 is where he's on. He's in season tournament. I'm going to activate in act 2.
He's going with the fresh legs thing, like not low. Manage it.
Yeah, right when it's time, right when them ballots come out, he might start hooping again.
The holidays are sometimes a mental tough time for a lot of people to go through, man. So maybe he's just really kind of taking his time to make sure he gets his mentals right as well as his physical, and he's going to make just that hell of a run towards the end of the season.
And his jumper.
Defense. He's a defensive-minded player. All right.
Rondo.
Nah, Rondo can shoot occasionally.
Shoot what?
I mean, it was awkward, but I've seen Rondo. I've seen him at least 2. I ain't seen Ben Simmons.
Rondo was a game changer. You can't even say Ben Simmons and Rondo in the same conversation, man.
You can't? Why?
I take Rondo over Ben right now, damn near.
Oh, right now?
Oh, damn near, yeah.
Yeah, right now, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you give Ben Simmons 3 Hall of Famers too, maybe we have a different discussion.
I mean, I watched Rondo do it on sack hitting triple double still, man. So the guy
Where?
just
Who?
and sack.
Oh.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, look at them stats while he was in sack.
Man,
With
stop.
no
Don't say anything about the Kings. Derek Martin's the all-time two guard, or Kevin Martin. I'm sorry, Kevin Martin's the all-time two guard too. Sack King. Mitch Richmond.
They had the coach of the year last year, man. You got to
shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Mitch Richmond, the best two guards in the '90s.
Okay, Martin.
All right, moving on. Man, I just lost it. Oh, we talked about kind of because it's been a while since we've been on, man. So we got to get some of these things out here. So, temperature check, is Russ back? So we did a show. Russ had a really, really rough start to the season. And, we kind of went back and forth. And, now they did like the blind, Cowherd does like blind comparisons, and they just talk about his numbers. Is he back? Do we believe that he can turn him around to make a playoff run with the good old style?
Russ is back, but you better damn sure start watching out for the Broncos. And I'm going to do another shameless plug for another Kane, my boy Jamar Kane, who's coaching the D-line out there. Had them boys turned up this last week, man. So the defense is kind of showing that they're going to pick it up. And as a Raider fan, I'm not happy with what I'm seeing in Denver right now.
Because y'all play them the last game of the season, right?
Yeah, I'm not happy with what I'm seeing.
So y'all need to be spoilers, or y'all could give them that little boost into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because defensively, Denver's always been there for the last couple of years. They've always defensively been there. It's just with Russ, I'm not going to say Russ is back. I'm saying he's just getting a lot of opportunities because the defense is giving it to him.
This is his best 5-game stretch as a Bronco, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that momentum is a major thing. So he get going and get that confidence back with a good coach.
Yeah,
I'm different out of it down the stretch.
That's
They was crapping on him. The coach at the beginning of the year, they was talking about they was all depending the Jets offensive coordinator and all this other stuff. And then look at it. The Jets offensive coordinator was trash with the Packers. We knew this. He just had Aaron Rodgers, and he trash right now.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be calling no plays.
I think that it's just probably just getting adjusted a little bit to Sean Payton, his style, whatever he was trying to do. He's not putting up magnificent numbers. So I do think, like what you're saying about the D being pretty solid, that's part of the whole thing, in Denver. Like he's not throwing for 280 yards, he's throwing for 120 and 3 touchdowns. So that's the D putting him in good positions because they're not just running the ball up and down the field. So throwing for 3 touchdowns and you went through for 140 yards. So that's I think he back. I think he's getting more cohesive with Sean Payton doing. So they ain't got no running game, so that hurts. And they probably need some other pieces like some linemen and
where are they sitting at that? Where are they sitting at in the division right now? Are they behind you, the Raiders?
They're number 2 behind the Chiefs right now, right?
Yep. Yeah. They won 5 in a row. 4 in a row, 5 in a row.
And they in there when you look at the playoff picture thing, they on there now.
Yeah.
I think it's 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, I think he's back.
And then with that schedule, they don't have like a drastic, crazy schedule. There's like, a couple of decent wins on there. I don't want to say easy because it's NFL.
Any given Sunday. So
yeah, but in general, I don't know about you guys. Does it seem like quarterback play is down across the league? Because to me, it seemed like all of it's down.
My brothers is balling right now, man.
I don't know about all of it,
Because
Mr. Most touchdowns in the league right now, looking at
So
Dak Prescott, of course.
I know who you. So you rolled right into my next thing. So let's kind of keep both of those like in play, right? So now there's the chat and the talk about Dak Prescott for MVP votes.
I don't know about all that. Yeah, TJ Shot has got my.
He might be MVP of the Cowboys.
CJ got my MVP vote if I have one.
Nah.
He's looking all right,
But he's putting some numbers, getting like, So no,
second
everybody
player
shutting
in
that
history
down.
to throw for 300 yards, three games back.
And he's second behind Josh Allen in TD passes for the year.
Oh.
No, he is. Hey, I tell you what,
he's like 10th behind him in picks though. So
I know. Turnovers, all of them.
Yeah.
If I had a vote, I would. Of course, a Cowboy fan. Sounds crazy, but no, I ain't vote for Dak. I would vote for Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't do that. I'm not going that far.
I see a couple heads shaking. Hold on.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, for some reason, they keep saying Jalen Hurts MVP. I was like, I don't see it. Like, no, he just have a cold offensive line and some stud receivers. I'm like, he's not really doing what a Pat Mahomes would do.
Yes, sir,
man, he got like 15 rushing touchdowns. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's easy to get rushing touchdowns.
The 1 yard line.
But you gotta respect that he's beating teams that are winning. He's beating
he's not
playoff teams.
Hold on. There's something on y'all screen, fellas. There's something on y'all screen.
I'll take Tyreek for MVP over Jalen Hurts any day of the week.
I like Tyreek.
Jalen Hurts he's not beating these playoff teams. These playoff teams are beating themselves.
Hey,
and
man,
that
we
is
all
the whole
show
thing.
up and play for 4 quarters, man. At the end of it, one team walks to the locker room with their head down, and Jalen always get to walk out with that smile. Get that.
All I'm saying is he didn't beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs receivers beat the Chiefs.
Hey,
good point.
Hey, he ain't the one to spray stickum on
That's
him.
all I'm saying. He's not. He's looking
all
right.
the fumbles the other day, boy. That's
he's not
crazy.
looking like an MVP candidate in my opinion.
MVP. Tyreek Hill.
But like that's the thing though. Like so, someone said so. Andrew, like he always pops. So he says barely beating losing teams, right? But isn't it a win's a win? Like they don't in those columns, right?
A win is definitely a win. But if Jalen Hurts was out here performing like an MVP candidate, they wouldn't be an underdog at home against the Niners.
And they've only beat 2 teams that are above 500. Everybody else was trash. Them teams was garbage.
Yeah.
So we have whatever. I'm gonna mess his name, but anyway, he says Dallas hasn't beaten teams with a winning record, right?
That's what I'm about to say. Dallas ain't played nobody yet
because they both playing their schedule. Like they both really have a similar schedule.
It's a very easy schedule, honestly.
No,
it's really the same schedule that they play.
Yeah.
We're going to see towards the end of the season. I mean, we have our hardest part of the schedule, sort of the Eagles, right?
I just
it's going to be interesting to see.
Force the MVP to a quarterback. Like this is the year a quarterback should not be the MVP at all. They forcing it. They just want a quarterback to be an MVP.
Yeah, none of. There's really no quarterbacks that's had no. Nobody's really lived up to expectations this year, other than a Brock Purdy. Because there was no expectation.
Brock hasn't lived up to any expectations, in my opinion.
Hold on, so really quick. So Brock Purdy has the same numbers as Jalen Hurts.
Well, that's my point. That's
the same number of what?
Hey, look, this is my point. If we're talking statistics, what passer rating, completion percentage, yardage,
touchdowns.
The thing of it is, Brock Purdy doesn't have any He doesn't have any expectations to live up to.
You got every expectation when you got Deebo Samuel, Brendan Ayuk, and CMC. Any one of them are out, he's throwing 3 picks.
Cowboy day.
Listen. My point being, when you come in as the last pick in the draft, your expectations are low. So he's already surpassed what anybody expected of him.
That was last year, though. This year, people like.
That's not,
I feel like
the expectations for Purdy this year were a lot higher, obviously, than they were last year. I mean, you saw what he did last year towards the end of the season. So the bar, in my opinion, on the outside looking in, was set standard for him and all these other quarterbacks.
My bar is this: if somehow CJ Stroud get the Texans in the playoffs, that's my MVP. Because statistically, he's better than everybody else.
On God.
So. Statistically, he's playing with a team that what was the Texans' record last year?
They lost
defeated.
Yeah,
that's defeated. they
defeated last year. Yeah. To me, CJ Stroud statistically plus what he's doing with their team makes him the MVP.
Okay, so you're saying Stroud. Tyreek was one that some people agree with. So if other than these 2, anybody else in the running for it?
Dak.
He's gonna say Dak again.
It's too late.
Yeah.
And that's my guy, but no.
Dak, huh?
I was like, if Jared Goff didn't crap the bed the last couple of weeks,
Hey,
Well,
Rondo
the Lions got to lose on Thanksgiving. That's tradition. You know, people love tradition.
let me ask you this. So I mean, the Cowboys already played the Eagles once already.
Yes.
So say he goes for 4 touchdowns and 300 yards. No, we're not going to be talking about him in the MVP.
No, we won't talk Dak and MVP unless you're from Dallas, love Dallas.
I highly
like that. We will not.
I highly doubt that.
I love
because
Dallas.
the NFL is not going to be rushing to give the
that.
MVP to a rookie. Let's just be real about that. So CJ Stroud, that sounds cool, but the NFL is not going to rush to give him the MVP. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill, but however you want to feel about a receiver, I don't know if that happens. So what's called just run the triple?
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about McCaffrey? What do y'all think about McCaffrey?
I can see that he scored a little bit. I can see that before I can see.
What do you think about McCaffrey? What do you think about McCaffrey in that conversation?
I can see McCaffrey before I see CJ Stroud. I can see Tyreek Hill before I see CJ
he played all
Stroud.
of them.
He's not gonna stay healthy all the way.
He never is.
Yeah, they're not giving CJ Stroud there. Dak's best chance to win an MVP was his rookie season. That was it. He's not going.
They're not going to give.
He has a good season out of him.
They're not going to give rookies the MVP.
No, they don't.
They're not going to do that. So, CJ Stroud's a cool story.
Is Lamar Jackson even in the conversation?
No.
I mean, shoot.
I think he is.
I mean, if Jalen Hurts in it, Lamar Jackson in it.
You can't have
I agree with
35 points and you have 0 touchdowns and be in the conversation. It's just crazy to me. It's beyond wild.
I'm not.
He's still. I mean, he's rushing? I mean, he's still the
I
reason
think
they're winning.
his stats are.
I wouldn't say he's the reason they're winning.
He got very similar stats to the year he won it already.
Well, to me,
who's the reason they're winning?
To me,
it's still playing out of their mind.
To me, it's a better legitimate argument of Lamar winning to me than Hurts, because Baltimore's beat better teams, and everybody's like, "Oh, his stats are down." I was like, "Yeah, because he's getting them down to the 1 yard line, and Gus Edwards keeps running it in." I know this because my fantasy team taking hits from it. I was like, he's getting them down there. They running it in every time. They got to play that work.
Yeah, Dak
So,
in that thing.
I agree with that. If Lamar's in it, Dak's in it.
Yeah, Dak in that thing. Period.
His mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. So that's where we at with that. That's what's up. All right. I was holding off for another Michigan alum, but I do want to just jump into this really quick. There's a couple points. We did a little show on this as well. Just talking about Michigan go blue. They are saying that they're the new America's team. I wonder how some of you guys feel about that here. But as the new America's team, with what they're getting kind of challenged with, they're charged with about the Stein stealings, and just kind of what your thoughts are about that. And I guess the couple points I want to, let's start with what you guys think about the Coach Moore. Like what he's doing.
I love what he's doing, man. And he's doing it, and I love everything I see. So he's, but other than that, man, I'm riding with him. But that moment right there stained on my brain. But hey, the question is, are they gonna give that man a good job next year? That should be the question that we all should be asking ourselves. Or is it just gonna be you held the torch and we're just gonna keep you in the shadows for the long run, man? Because there's some jobs that should definitely be opening up, and he should definitely be a top candidate for them jobs.
To me, I don't want him to go. Really, if you look at the job landscape right now, it's not really good, and I wouldn't want him to go waste opportunity at a bad program. So if I was him, I would wait. I was like, because you think about A&M, the A&M gig that has a lot of money, that's gone.
Pressure.
Like all the good gigs are already gone. Like they fired their coaches, got their new coaches in. Nobody else is about to get fired no time soon. So for him, especially being a black coach, when you barely get one opportunity, I'd rather him hold out until it's that opportunity. Like, you know what, this is a good opportunity. I don't want him to go to a Syracuse or something like that, or Duke. Like the Duke job is open now, but would you want to go to Duke?
No.
No.
I agree with that. He
to your
definitely
point.
deserve a job, though. Definitely deserve a job.
Yeah.
It got to be soon because that transfer portal opened it up, what, Friday? Or
right. Like, that's why coaches get fired earlier now through their transfer portal. You got to fire your coach before that portal open.
Yeah, true.
So then Harbaugh rolled out the three-game suspension. You know, I don't know if they're still, because it's weird. Like they were still supposed to investigate it, right? But they already provided a penalty. So, do you think if they make it, or let me start with this: do you think this momentum of us against the world, Detroit versus Michigan versus everybody, is enough momentum to take them to the Natty and win it?
Until the SEC mud stomp that conference again.
What?
I say until the SEC mud stomp that conference again.
Do they always mud stomp the conference?
Yes, they mud stomp them teams.
They did that last year.
They got a boot mark on their back for sure. So I don't know about the mud, but they did get stomped.
The SEC always like I told somebody I was like,
Georgia didn't stomp Ohio State, did they?
No,
they
did not.
No, that was the one time. That was the one time
they hurt Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what they did.
Right.
And they would have lost.
Hey, threw the flag and picked it up. That was last year. We ain't talking about that.
Yeah, they would have hurt that. They hurt that man. I think Michigan. I don't think they're gonna win. I think that. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna wait till this.
Oh, go ahead, MH.
No, say
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
No, we predict stuff ahead of time. We don't wait.
I'm gonna wait.
The cook got to come out. Yeah,
playoff picture.
I do think I'll say it. I'll say it. I think Oregon is really good. I really do. I think they're like for real. I think those dudes are for real. I think that's the best team that I've seen.
Are you saying they beat Washington the next week on Friday?
Oh, I think they beat Washington. I'm with you.
And
I say they beat Washington.
And then Heisman.
Will they be like? They will be 4. Will they be 4 in the?
I think they'll be number 4.
Yeah, they should.
Who they play like?
Well, no, it depends. But if Florida State loses, then that last spot is between Ohio State, Bama, and Texas.
Right? It's gonna be Texas.
Texas ain't in there, man.
Gene, how is Texas not in there? If you say
to me,
they're not. Bama's not. Is Bama in there?
Texas had a.
I love Texas.
Is Bama in there?
Has a better schedule. Texas had a better schedule than Ohio State. Easily.
I'm not arguing for Texas not to be in there.
Ohio State played one ranked team.
You got Texas not in there. Do you have Bama?
Ohio State played one ranked team.
Texas beat Bama.
3 ranked teams.
Who was the other 3?
Yeah, Texas beat Bama.
If Florida State loses, who you got
coming
coming
in? No more.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know why. I just don't feel like
State
Texas
loses,
be in
who
there.
you got Texas? Who you got coming in though? Texas number 7.
So if Texas, so if we say if Florida State loses, does Ohio State go back in?
To me, no, because
Ohio State.
I mean, wouldn't you say?
Lost to Michigan, right?
Wouldn't you say that? That's a good loss though.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So
it's a good loss though.
Only good game
I
they
agree.
played.
So I'm saying
they don't have a good
team. Right? It's the top 6.
Texas is not in. As much as I want Texas in, they're not in.
I'm not a fan of a team that don't win the conference being in the running for the winner of it all.
They only lost to the number 1 team in the country.
I know. They lost to the number 3 team.
Ohio State.
That's all they lost to.
Ohio State has 0 good wins. Name one good win they have on their schedule.
Didn't they beat Notre Dame?
Yes.
Notre Dame not ranked. Notre Dame is terrible.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. That's a good win. I saw them have. They beat them.
But Notre Dame is
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Texas. You know what Texas?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. But Ohio State is what right now? Number 5?
Yeah.
The rankings just came out.
Yeah. Ohio State's number 6.
They came in at 5 or 6.
6.
Yeah. So I'm saying if Florida State loses, Ohio State will go right back in. That's what I'm saying.
To me, Texas has better wins than Ohio State.
Yep.
And Bama has better wins than Ohio State.
But think about
Bama should be in the conversation after that Auburn game, man.
What are the 2 most important conferences?
That's every year though. No matter how great Bama is, Auburn competes.
Why can't you get the same respect to the Buckeyes? They just lost 2.
Because they barely beat bum teams. They barely beat Penn State. Penn State's a bum team.
That's a one.
That's a bum team.
Believe me, I don't want them in.
You a Michigan fan?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying Ohio State plays bum teams and they don't deserve it.
Got it. Never mind. I know 1,000 people like you, man.
I mean, you got Ohio State blowing out Youngstown Saint or whoever the fuck. WKU. And I mean that's really like
and then everything else
blew out Michigan State and Minnesota.
I don't disagree.
Close games.
But the way the rankings look right now, Texas is not in the top 6.
Texas got to win their conference.
Texas
and Florida
is
State
number
lose. Texas
7.
got a
If
better
Florida State
wins.
loses and we win,
So
Texas is
okay.
in.
So if Texas at number 7, they're going to jump over 3 teams to get to number 4.
I thought it was
If
top
Florida
6
State
again.
loses,
No,
Well, no, that's Washington getting knocked out
Yeah.
and Florida State losing.
Yep.
So if Washington get knocked out, Oregon, the best team in the country, is going to be in there. So let's get them in there, right there, right?
So that's
Michigan, Michigan will be there.
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia,
we're going to Texas.
and then
that last spot is either Texas, Ohio State, or Bama.
It's not going to be Bama.
If
It's not gonna be
if
Bama.
Bama beats Georgia,
Okay,
then what are we talking about?
Yeah, if Bama beats Georgia, then yeah, they.
What are we
Then
talking
Georgia's not going to be in the top 4.
Well, no, Georgia's going to stay in the top.
Yeah, Georgia's
That's
going to
what
stay
I'm
in
saying.
the top
So
four.
that's again, Texas.
And they're not
is
going to do a
gonna get
rematch.
in.
If Bama beats Georgia,
To me, Texas has better wins.
if Bama beats Georgia, I don't care. We deserve a
Matter of
spot.
fact, it's not to
Yeah,
me.
I agree.
Fuck
It's
Bama.
not to me. It's based off of
I can't even-
the rankings.
Or my
Texas has
list
better
is
wins than Ohio
trash
State.
like that.
Yeah, I like how you backtracked on that and said,
I
nah, man,
can't.
I don't care who they beat.
2010
Texas-
is right here in my brain, bro. Fuck Bama to the day I die.
Yeah,
Hey,
when they
Tell
not
him
going
again.
out-
Tell him again. International. Tell him again, Ross. Shit.
Hey, he backtracked. Hey, on the side note, another shameless plug, man. I want to throw New Mexico State out there for beating Auburn. You know what I'm saying? And I think if Auburn would have beat Bama, we would have had to talk about is New Mexico State better than Bama for a minute. But we'll have that conversation. Yeah.
Shout out to your alma mater. Here you go.
What,
Rep your school.
what state does MH have in Oregon? Like you must have played against Kyle. You must have played college ball against Bo Nix because that dude is like.
Hey, he's a coach. He should be a coach right now. He should definitely
be.
And his second, he should have did a
Didn't he
GA
replace
year
Cam
last
Newton? Didn't he replace Cam Newton? He's the all-time leader in games for Auburn and Oregon.
I think a little kid in that Cam Newton commercial warming his damn arm up.
Yeah, no. I mean, they should be good. They got an NFL quarterback on their
Hey, Bo Nix wins the game on Friday. Is he the Heisman winner? Are they gonna give it to him if he wins?
He shouldn't be. Jaden Daniels should win the Heisman.
I can't give it to Jaden Daniels, man. You didn't win enough. You
Well,
did.
it's not. It's his defense fault. He put up 400 against everybody.
Yeah,
He did his part.
The stats
So
look great, but you couldn't get the big games done.
Wait. Lamar Jackson didn't win no big games, and he won the Heisman.
Look who he was at.
Stats is crazy.
They had like 3 losses.
Yeah, the
He won the
stats.
Heisman.
Stats was unreal. Jaden
I
Daniels.
still like my boy from Ohio
Connie
State.
Manziel won the
Me too.
Heisman. He didn't win nothing.
That's why I think they'll give it to Bo Nix if he wins on Friday. They want one of them back at the top, man. And that's gonna be, that's their vote. That's their guy. If they got a horse in the race, it's Bo Nix. So I'm hoping they lose on Friday so we can keep
I think they're good. I for real think they're good.
I think they're a good team. I think they sound. They're good on defense. They can run the ball. They got they got a veteran at quarterback. Super senior. Hey, what's this? Is this his 6th year though? On the
He's 24 years old, man.
I'm telling you, that dude got the most.
I'm telling you,
He got the most starts at Auburn and at Oregon.
D1AA right now. He should be working his way up for a head coaching job somewhere, man.
Yeah.
He is.
Offensive coordinator.
He like Utah stuff. He
Hey,
commission and coming back.
He can go be OC at Auburn right now. They need an OC.
All right. So long overdue, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a interesting season. Of those of you follow, the title of season 4. This is our season 4, man. So we always thank you all for rocking with us. And we title all of our seasons, and the title of this season was "We Coming." It was just definitely riding that wave. There was a lot of hype, a lot of conversation, whether you were for a certain coach leaving an HBCU and what he was going to do. And, we kind of got started in the season, and we all were kind of wondering where it was going to go. So it was a live show. My man King Gene could not make it, but my man supports no matter how or where. He sent me a message that I read online and that you guys got to read. And there was some people that was with Gene, and there was some people. We're gonna start a new thing called exclusives, because I want to talk about some other exclusives. I do want to bring back who'd you say is gonna be out the year in 3 years? Gene, Kyler Murray.
Oh, Kyler cooked, y'all.
Kyler, we got 1 more year left in your prediction. We're gonna have to revisit that one.
Yeah, Kyler cooked, y'all. Kyler got 1 more year left in this
Hey,
game.
if Ben Simmons still around, you'll still hear Kyler's name somewhere.
That's
Kyler
valid.
gonna be playing shortstop for the Vegas Athletics. And they still have his rights.
So I read it for you, Gene, but since you're here live in the flesh, man, please refresh people what you told us.
I said the Colorado Buffaloes was maybe gonna win 5 games, and look where we are now. Everybody got too emotional. People got too emotional in the prime thing. Like I told you, it's like people getting too emotional about this, and they not looking at it from a football perspective. Like, look at the roster, look at the team. The team still has no O-line and D-line. They have a lot of skilled players. It's the Pac-12. They're gonna put up points. That's a given. And then everybody fell for the okie doke with the TCU game. Not
Gene,
knowing
don't say everybody, Gene. Don't say everybody.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, okay.
But people didn't realize TCU had 40 freshmen. So people didn't realize what TCU was bringing back from their team. Yeah, they went to the championship, but they lost everybody. Everybody was gone. They started over. So it was a brand new team. So people got really over emotional. I was like, no, like look at what they have on the table.
So can you say the same thing for Deion and them? Had a brand new team since he brought everybody in.
He had 20 people that played with each other before.
So that's less.
20 people that he took over from Jackson State went over. Then he has the rest were transfers. Yes.
Go ahead, and take yourself off mute.
He had 20?
He had 20
kids. You talking about players, or you talking about like support staff?
No. Players. 20 players came from Jackson State.
Hey, did he bring the water? He said we count water people.
Yeah. We're talking about his son.
No.
We're talking about I'm not talking about the sons that played. I'm talking about the sons on the video.
He took 20 players from Jackson State. He kept 20. And then the rest were transfers for portal transfers.
I don't know if it was 20, but it was a lot, though. It was a lot. It was definitely.
I can assure he wasn't 20.
It wasn't just Shadur and Shallow.
No.
It was just Shadur and Shallow.
We can count them probably. It's no more than 6.
No.
And then one of the better ones didn't play.
It's more than that.
No, it's
one of the better ones that didn't
play.
They
literally posted it. It's literally on. I need to find it. It's on Twitter right now. It was like
he
he
say
20 players with him, and like 40-something players were transfer portal.
Yeah, it did say that. I did read that somewhere.
Players.
Yeah. So
that's because you got to think he brought the kicker, and the punter,
the kicker,
and the holder.
Right. I ain't say who they were.
Don't hit on the kickers, man.
The long snapper, the short snapper.
If you want to say they didn't play or they wasn't eligible, that's different.
Now it's more realistic. It wasn't 20.
He said,
"So is this? Hey, try to MT who just commented 9. Is that fact checked? We need to cite sources. Going back to your college days. This is MLL.
Open up. I'm gonna put myself on mute and open up the roster.
Does anybody know why all these people are decommitting? Because he had like a top quarterback. He had like top. Like why? I don't know why all these people are decommitting.
Because we know who's starting that quarterback next year already. So that's a done deal. If I want to play, I got to go somewhere else, and I'm not signing up to sit.
I call this Shador.
But I mean, how many quarterbacks come into college thinking they're going to play immediately though? So like, how many?
A lot now.
Yeah, a lot because they know if I'm not playing, then I'm redshirting, I'm sitting out, and I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because now everybody's running such a spread offense. Offenses aren't that kind of.
And Deion style was a little abrasive for some of the cats that consider themselves 5-star blue chip players. It's it's got to mesh with play. He got to get his guys. He got to get some guys that's going to buy into. You got to show up and be a dog, and it ain't about you and all of that. That he's preaching for it to work. And if I'm watching them lose by what did they lose to Oregon by 40, 50? We lost track
in the country.
They got dragged. I'm just saying MH. They got dragged. It wasn't a game. It wasn't interesting.
And to me,
some of those decommits, hold on real quick. Some of those decommits, I just want to make sure we put this out there, are class of 2025. And you know how this reclassification thing works. Right. So if they were going to try to reclassify to 2024 and for whatever reason they reconsidered that and they just go back, then yeah, you open up your recruiting bag and you just decommit. So that's part of that.
And to me, like coaching wise, if you watch Colorado, coaching wise as a team, they didn't get better. They got worse. To me, like when you have a coaching job like that, like yeah, you expect to have those bumps in the road, but they got worse. And then they started playing even worse teams and started playing worse against them. It was almost a snowball effect. And I promise you, if you notice, every time he crapped on one of the positions in the media, that position group sucked the next week. Even worse. Every time he crapped on them, like no coach is out there crapping on their players in the media. Who name one good one that's crapping on their players in the media? Oh, I'm gonna go get new baggage in the middle of the season.
But he said baggage at the beginning.
Like, even before the NIL and before the portal and all those type of things, we all like this happens. Think about how many people come in as freshmen on a recruiting class and how many of those people actually graduate from the school. Like that just doesn't happen. Like every year you're gonna have a significant amount of change when it comes to
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen more with this current portal system. Like,
for sure.
That's a given, right? We understand that. They're going to the big.
I think they gotta just get. This is what he has to do, man. So like when you go into a new program, you guys know you might practice last year they might have practiced at 3:00. Deion wants to practice at 7 a.m. You know what I mean? Like they want this in the mill room. Maybe he wants this in the mill room. Maybe he says trainers, you get treatment before practice. Maybe the other person said after. Whatever the case is, there's a million different things that go into I'm establishing my foundation, and you just got to get your core players. This is year one. You get your core guys that know what my program is on this level, and you go from there.
And I'm with you on that, but I don't think you're gonna ever get them dogs in the interior at Colorado.
Nah, but I think they got to switch who they recruit. I think they got to switch who they recruit.
You got Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp can get you some dogs in front. I think Warren Sapp come to your house, you sign it. I think it's gonna help.
No, you're not.
To me, honestly, here's a serious part of like offensive linemen in the Big Ten country. I guarantee 60% of the offensive linemen, they daddies got their own factory in the middle in the Midwest. They got a grandpa that played at Michigan or Michigan State or Ohio State. It's the family blood. You know what I mean? And
it's the blood.
Colorado's not like that. You can all the skill positions, you can get whatever because they all look like us, really. So that you can he's gonna be fine there.
Was that a passive way to say they don't have no dogs in Colorado? Was that?
I'm just being real. Like
I'm asking. I just want to know. Was that a passive way of saying there ain't no dogs in Colorado? So
fact is fact. I mean, Colorado's the
and they don't look like us.
Colorado's the Sacramento Kings of college recruiting. Let's just be real.
Listen, I told y'all.
I'm keeping it 100.
Like I told y'all from the jump. Deion's Joel Osteen. He can sell a lot, but he ain't really coaching a lot.
He called him Joel.
I was like, he probably can coach DBs, but he can't coach a team. He Joel Osteen the coaching. He is trained.
Is he still in money too?
Hey, I'm gonna just say this. The OC was terrible this year.
Thank you.
Was terrible. Terrible.
The OC was putting up 40 a game with the worst O-line in the nation.
Yeah, nah.
Man, you can't block
Are you saying that it was an OC, or you saying it was Shador that was putting it up? Like, is it
Shador was taking too many sacks. That was one thing. That part. He
wasn't
throwing the ball away when he could throw the ball away.
Because some of that shit
those games they could have won if he wasn't doing that stuff.
They're gonna be all right.
All right. They should only have 3 wins this year though. Because if Colorado State coach drops his sack and goes for it on 4th and 1, then I think the bus would have been stopped right there. We'd seen
well, what about
they should be Stanford though?
The game
they should have beat Arizona.
They shouldn't
I would say Deion lost 2 games.
Deion
lost to Stanford and Arizona. Deion lost Stanford and Arizona.
I thought Arizona roughed them up.
Yeah.
Nah, like they gave us
they started off quick.
Gotcha.
Game management.
I want to know what
Arizona
with Stanford. I want to know what the head coaching speech was and what he said to that wide receiver. Because he came out and said, I'm putting this on my
I'm
back.
taking the game over.
Yeah, he got a Shador. He got a Shador after the game. They gave him one.
I was like, that was
the collective came through.
Coach Prime put a D on his jersey. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say that
I just say it's still year one. They won more than one game this year. It's gonna be a process, but at the end of the day, a lot of I'm telling you right now, just on the recruiting trails, a lot of people done cooled off on Deion. Because they see what it is.
Freshmen are transfers.
No, just players in general. They starting to see what it is. I was like,
what is it, Gene? What is it?
Why I'm gonna go to Colorado and basically It's more about him than the player.
Man, because Lil Wayne coming to
that's what it is.
Because young money.
Hold on. Can we pause right there? We're still talking about college sports. Yeah. It's been all about Coach K. It's been all about Bobby Knight. It's all about Nick Saban.
But they actually can coach. Yeah. That's a difference. They can coach.
They're winners.
Bobby Knight can coach.
They can recruit.
Nick Saban can coach.
They can recruit.
Coach K
stopped coaching Christian Laettner. That's when he was going with X's and O's. After that, he was recruiting.
Yo, that was the last time they won.
It's all about them.
That's the last time they actually was winning something. When he was
what's the dude that won national championship for LSU? Was he coaching? Is he X's and O's?
No,
or did he just get Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow?
No, he had the coldest coaching staff, and then like the greatest roster in history.
So Deion's not going to do X and O's. He's going to get his staff right, and he's going to recruit. It is about Deion, like it is for every other college coach.
Yeah, but it's too much about
Great point, MH.
It's way too much about Deion.
No such thing because
just like for everyone, Nick Saban on every other commercial just with Deion. It's all about him,
right? And so they didn't make it to a bowl game. Are we still gonna call the season a success?
No.
Ooh,
I think it was a success.
I don't know. It's like
it was improvement.
But
it was effort.
You know what changes of some sort. You know what messes up his success rate is that Northwestern coach took over the same predicament and is in a bowl game in 7-4, and with less talent.
Northwestern.
So they played in the same conference where Ohio State didn't play nobody. I just want to ask because that's the same conference, right? Because you just said Ohio State haven't played nobody.
We did walk through the schedule for the Colorado Buffs on that conversation, and there was a lot of y'all.
Yeah, but was the Pac-12 Hold on, was the Pac-12 not the best conference as a whole this year in the nation?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, so who did Northwestern play?
Which is normally not the thing, right? Like people don't say Pac-12 is like the conference.
We had that conversation when Cass was talking 7 wins though. That ain't a new conversation. We walked through the schedule.
Yeah, we did. But
we walked through the schedule talking from a Pac-12 perspective. A lot of these teams show their ass that they don't normally show their ass when you're talking about regularly how things go. So
and them teams about to go to the Big Ten. So that's a Big Ten team.
So let's check it on Northwestern next year.
The only team of merit I can see in the Northwestern view is Wisconsin.
Thank you. Thanks, E.
Fact check.
Because they play the same schedule as Ohio State, right?
Yep.
They lost it. They got blown up by us.
Minus Notre Dame. And
okay.
Look, they won the games they needed to win. Deion lost the games he needed to win. He lost. He shouldn't have lost to Stanford. We know this. Stanford was not a good team. They lost to Washington. Washington State was at the bottom of the conference with them.
Yeah, Washington State almost beat your Washington boys. Yeah,
like you're looking at rivalry games. Those are rivalry games. It's like playing my cousin. I'm gonna play you no matter how bad I suck. I'm gonna play harder.
Gene, come on, man. Don't do that.
It's a rivalry game. It's the reason why it's called rivalry weekend.
Yeah, fair.
It's a rival game.
So is Deion done after next year?
I think he probably might try to go somewhere else after his kids leave. Maybe I think.
No, man, he got him making grits in the corporate home. So, he can't be bouncing after he changed the menu.
Yeah, no. If he bounced after he changed the menu in Jackson State, so I don't see. I didn't think he was gonna leave Jackson State. I remember us talking about that. You know what I'm saying? And I was wrong. I was like, no, he love them boys.
Yeah.
but like I was telling everybody,
what did you tell Friday?
I say
I was at the hood. I thought I was gonna get some money and change.
I was like,
I was gone.
Go.
When I was watching everybody in all of Black America just go to Colorado, I say black people so gullible. I was like, we just so gullible. We just fall for any little thing. We go for it. We put all.
It doesn't have to be gullible, Gene. Can't people have hope, man? You know what I'm saying? When you voted for Obama, then when you voted for Obama, it was hope, man.
You know why it's gullible? You know why it's gullible? Because we have a black coach at one of the most prestigious colleges coaching right now, and nobody said nothing.
Man,
that's at Notre Dame. So that lets me know black people are just gullible for celebrity.
It was
that's
sexy.
why they would be fucking up Colorado. It had nothing to do with football.
That's not
It
just
was
black
just
folk.
celebrity. Everybody likes celebrities around. We got celebrities.
That's
on
not
the
just black
side.
folk. That's America.
Yeah,
No,
That's
that's
America.
black
man,
folk.
he was
Black
there.
folk.
But that's
I mean,
our go-to. That's our go-to. Like, yes, all of America does that, but that's not
Donald
their
Trump was
go-to.
the president. That's America.
Hey, say it again. Say it again, MH.
Donald Trump was the president. I mean, like, come
That's
on.
right. Well,
That's not
that's
just black folk.
that's
Celebrity.
because we like 30th in literacy. That's a different subject. So that's why Trump is president.
We,
But
let's go back to Ohio State schedule.
Everybody was
tough.
gullible and they fell for it. I
Nah.
told you. I know a
Hey.
Baptist preacher when I see him, and that's what Deion was. He's nothing but a Baptist
Wow.
preacher.
No.
Without the
Make
little sweat
sure,
rag.
Gene, make sure
Without
your
the little
ties
sweat
get into
rag.
TD Jakes. Make sure you
Yeah.
get your Potter House ties in too this week.
Look, hey, that's who he learned from.
Hey,
I
he
was
brought
like,
that
I knew
money
it.
in.
I was like,
He
I
brought
knew I
that
couldn't
money
care for
in.
Deion when he was supporting the governor of Mississippi that won. I was like, you know what? That ain't for me. That's some gullible stuff that black people gonna fall for. When he's
Nah.
supporting the most racist governor in one of the blackest states, I was like, you know what? That ain't for me. I'll let y'all fall for that and eat that up. I was like, I see what he doing. I was like, he followed the Trump recipe to a T. That's his boy. So he followed it and just put it in college football. Like, people don't know this. Trump and Deion are friends. They ain't like this. They talk to each other.
That's cool.
They talk to each other on the phone. He used that same setup that Donald Trump used to become president to sucker in all of Black
Right.
America. We going to Colorado.
Hey,
So when he used that recipe to get a national championship,
right.
he come back to
Thank you.
this.
Right.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I think he'll be done before that happens.
Like Mates was saying, man, he gonna get these recruits, and like you even said, you gotta trust the process. I mean, who ain't nobody just come in just you know.
He ain't winning.
putting
He's
up
not
mad
winning.
numbers.
He's not winning it at Colorado. He got to leave Colorado.
Where he gotta go?
okay.
Where
He got to
he
go to
gotta
the
go? Can he
SEC or
do-
Big Ten and play with the big boys. That's where the big
Well,
boys play.
Who's going to be left? Because like, what is?
I don't know.
The Big 12 is basically washed now.
It's a wrap, right?
OU leading. Nobody's there. There's no good
Nobody's
teams there.
there.
Ain't there 12 slots next year in the playoffs? That's all you got to do is get in.
They gonna have to get in, and I
Get in and get beat by 50.
It's a power five.
There's gonna be a lot of teams that's gonna get in and get beat by 50.
If they go undefeated in a week,
You got to get in.
They got to
If
get
Deion Sanders gets into the top, he gets in
To me right now,
if he gets in the playoffs, if he gets in the playoffs next year, you can't. That's success, right?
no, it's definitely success. And I think Big 12 has a slot.
Yeah.
Who all coming over from the Pac-12 to the Big 12?
I think
Is it
Utah.
Yep. Is
Arizona State.
Stanford going over there?
Yep.
Stanford. I thought Stanford wasn't.
Stanford's
going.
at ACC.
ACC.
Makes
Oh.
no sense.
Yeah.
They're leaving. Okay.
Yeah, they put the
Yeah.
they kicked them to the other ocean.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Get out of here.
We all know where the big dogs play.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure,
it's two spots.
for sure.
And then ACC when they want to show up sometime. So, and that's only because of Clemson. That's the only reason.
Miami. could
He's
have-
having struggles too. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about recruits.
Well, that's because he didn't want to get in the portal. Now he realized that was stupid.
You better be sprinting to that portal instead of to that down that hill, whatever he be doing. You need to go and sprint over there.
Dabo, another Baptist preacher. But
Hey, it worked. It worked.
Dabo can coach though. Dabo,
He had that-
Baptist preacher that can
Hey,
coach.
they got him a champion. Got him a nanny.
Thank you, God. I'm not gonna say that.
Well, that's what it is, man. Anything else for the hearts and mind before we get out of here? Anything we didn't talk about?
Oh, we're talking about.
Can I do this real quick?
Just gonna put that
We
up.
need to retire as a sports society the flu game. I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
Just
God.
leave the flu game, hungover game, food poisoning. Let's stop for current athletes, current sports supporters. Let's please stop using that as a mode of motivation. If you're sick, we had a whole global pandemic. Just sit at home. just stay home. Your performance is not where it needs to be because you're under the weather. Just stay home. Stop talking about flu game. That's my.
So you're
that's my-
retiring the flu game.
let's leave it where the Wilt Chamberlain 100 thing. Let's just leave the flu game and all that in yesteryear. That's a great story. We can read it to our kids at night. But let's not use that as motivation no more.
Hey, the 100-point game we can't use.
Huh?
We can't.
No, I mean, like that's all like yesteryears. Nobody saw the highlights and all that kind of stuff.
The bites off. There wasn't no YouTube.
Like, nah, like MJ, like let's just let that rest. Let's stop talking about that.
It happened.
What was about to say, young one?
Oh, just Texas Rangers. Just gonna throw that out there, just for the.
How you feel about that, Gene?
On the real, I couldn't believe that y'all had went so long without winning a chip. That's what was crazy.
Long time.
I mean, they paid great money for it. So
I mean, let's be honest. There's been a lot of debate. Blah 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 blah. We're paying so much. We're paying $2 million a year more than the Astros. You know what I mean?
There wasn't no $2 million. Get out of here.
It's maybe it's under 10. It's under $10 million a year more than the Astros. We're paying like 182. The Astros are paying like 172, and that's facts on paper, printed. All right, I'm not going to say
$400 million on the team. What are you talking about?
It was 500, and it was on 2 players. And you know what?
Exactly.
It worked out.
Hey, I agree.
And when we sign Ohtani, it's going to keep working out. That's all.
Hey, they're going to get rid of Scherzer for that though, and
that's fine. Scherzer can go. He needs to retire at this point. I'm not going to.
He didn't play anyway.
He's just not the same dog he was. Fine. Yeah, no, he threw two decent games, 2 all right games, but Scherzer's not the same dog. After he got hit in the back in the game 3, I think he was still throwing all right for a couple of innings.
But look, we're gonna see what y'all really made of when you have to keep going deep in October every year.
Hey,
and then wear and tear start happening.
Hey, you see it.
You realize
next man up. You see the mentality. You see the mentality in the clubhouse.
Like when the last time I've been in the playoffs and got this far. Astros been in this for like 8 straight years.
You're not wrong.
Going all the way to the end.
We've been back to back like 12 years ago. It's been a long time.
That's what 30 extra games.
Astros had to play out of that Michigan playbook, right? That's how they got there.
On God, the Astros really only got 1 on the books.
Whatever. I was like,
they got 1 on the books, not 2.
One of the star.
We won that championship
and
we won that championship in LA.
Star.
We won that championship in LA. We were in LA when we won that. We beat them at home. Curb stuff. We didn't even win. What's crazy? We didn't even win at home.
You talking about the Astros?
We didn't win at home.
Does this look familiar to you?
It's okay.
No, it was just 2. Right. It was 2.
Hey, look, it's okay. It's okay when your boy get busted for steroids next year. It's okay.
Don't listen. No, that's that DR lifestyle.
It's the DR juice.
Yeah. It's that plantain, bro.
He says that DR lifestyle.
It's that plantain on the side.
It's in the steak. That's what Canelo said. In the meat I ate.
Hey, it's something. This is something. I don't know.
I was like, ain't nowhere in hell you put on 20 pounds of muscle in 1 year. Hey, ain't no way.
That boy was hitting it, damn it.
Hey, I was like, ain't no way. I was like, he is huge.
Hey, you know what? I'm a counter still. It is what it is. They talk about adults juice. I don't want to hear
40 home runs in the postseason. Nobody not questioning it.
Yep, Rangers broke about 10 damn records in the postseason. So,
I mean, they broke the home run record for the regular season.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Evan Carter, a rookie, a dog, came up in September. I went to his first game in like late September, and that boy cooked. It's going to be interesting to see. The Rangers have a deep roster, I think. Yeah. If they don't lose too many players in the offseason and they can, gain a couple, I think we go deep again.
No, I mean, I just prefer us to play all our home games at the Rangers Stadium.
No, on God, y'all own that stadium. That's a fact.
I was so mad.
That's y'all.
Why can't we just play there? Let's
do
a coin flip.
Sick. I was like, there's no way. I was in England. I'm staying up till fucking 5 a.m. to watch them get blown out at home against the Astros, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no way we're gonna fucking win.
It's okay. We're gonna fix the batters out next year. Gonna get that corrected at home.
Y'all need to sell the damn stadium.
I was like, we'd have been the first. We were the first team ever that was below 500 at home to make the playoffs.
Y'all got the bad juju,
which is crazy.
Minute Maid part.
Well, we found out how though. Found out how they got
it. To me. So
well, statistically, it didn't work. They ran the data and it didn't work. So we shouldn't have been doing it anyway.
I mean, I see a ring, so it got to work sometime. Had to work a little bit at least.
All right. Well, speaking of baseball, the A's are slowly making their way to Las Vegas. So
let's go Oakland.
Are they going to change their name? The Vegas Athletics does not have the same like roll off the tongue. You know what I mean? It just doesn't sound like Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders
new players. We spent 172 or 182 million, whichever one it is, on paper. We're gonna be all right.
Fish are not spending that money. Fish are gonna be pocketing that money.
Hey, if you build it, they will come. Just watch. Hey, it's about season seven. About season 7, I'll be wearing all my Oakland shit down the stretch.
That's why I'm asking. Do they got it like? How is it out there? Is they putting up signs and all that type of stuff? Putting up like billboards or anything?
A lot of stuff on social media so far. Nothing really on the billboards.
I mean, I know I was out there 2 weeks ago, but I think that was after that though.
I was like, I don't think the Vegas local is gonna go for it. It's just gonna be a visiting team's park. Vegas locals not worried about the A's. They were fine with the minor league team.
I mean, but the minor league team had heart, you know. The 51s that's a fun time. So I feel like if they can introduce some of those things, then the locals will go for it. The locals got to go for something, you know.
Yeah, right.
That's a long ass season, bro. Like
that's a long
they're
season.
Gonna go for something.
And it's a long season in a basketball town with the NBA lurking.
I mean, but they haven't had anything, so now they're starting.
And what's crazy about it, when that stadium built, the NBA announcement is gonna happen before then, and then that's when that issue is gonna go. That's when the issue is gonna happen because the people in Vegas gonna choose basketball.
I agree with that. There's not enough people in the Vegas Metroplex to support like all of those sports.
Y'all have 5,000 people who moved from LA in 1 month this year, so you know
that's a false narrative.
Vegas is growing.
There's parts of the desert that they ain't even tapped yet.
We had Boston Jackson move.
Vegas is definitely going to be a sports mecca, I think, in the next 10 years. Yeah, and I don't think it'll be that long. To be honest,
and the only two teams that's not going to win is the Raiders and Athletics.
Why you say that, Gene? Come on, Gene.
I mean, the way the Raiders play, it don't matter who they play.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, so we want get to final thoughts, but
the benediction.
Ownership matters.
The benediction.
Hey, the owner of the Aces is the same owner, and he won that chip with them. So
speaking of that,
football, you need money. He don't have the money to do that.
I'm gonna give the Rangers his number because
you need that outside money.
Next year's parade got to be a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all parade was trash. That's how I know nobody cared. Y'all parade was trash.
You say didn't nobody care? There was over 500,000 people there, and that parade was still ass.
It was like 30,000 people.
No, there was not.
They lied about that number.
I was there. I tell you, personal experience, it was way more than 30,000 people. It was a group of people, but the parade was fucking shit. So.
All right, MH, final thoughts, man. Well, I'm gonna start it with Blake Star, man. Final thoughts before we get out of here.
Man, just pretty much appreciate y'all brothers, man, being able to link up with y'all and just talk about good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do all types of, like you was talking about earlier, man, just a mental touch in. This is therapeutic for the brain, man, for some of us. So just want to say that, man. Just stay up, everybody. I hope everybody have a happy holidays. And we'll see what if Dak win if we come back and Dak won this MVP, man, I'll do this whole next podcast on a handstand. I'm a fan. Go
there it is. There it is. Hey, we got video evidence. We keep receipts around here, man.
Hey, does he have to win at least one playoff game for the headstand though? Like you can stand on one leg if he get the MVP, but if he go over in the playoffs, can we keep you on just one leg?
Nah, well, I mean, no, I'll do the whole thing if he win the MVP. But if they win a playoff game, no, we gonna win a playoff game. I ain't tripping. We going to
no sir, no sir,
no sir. Man, this Jason Garrett ain't coaching no more. We got
it's gonna look like a rerun, man. It's gonna be the same thing. It looks all hype going in, and then dun, 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 the Cowboys are out once again. Like, hey,
the way Mike's running the boards right now, I'm kind of liking it.
It is like a Scooby-Doo episode. So ain't that?
Scooby-Doo. Little EP, nephew, what you got for us?
Manchester United, Alejandro Garnacho just scored the goal of the year, bicycle kick. It was best goal you ever seen in your life. That's really all I got outside of the Rangers. gotta support. And the race for Otani's on, and I'm hoping the Rangers win it.
I'll see. Mr. International, what you got?
I'm gonna just say Sack Kings, man. Watch it, enjoy it, love it. Watch us make this playoff run and go deep. We got to slay the Giant and the Golden State Warriors, but I think we're ready. So just hey, just watch my Kings, man. The Trojans let me down this year. We've seen what the Raiders is doing. We know Oakland is the homeless after they played a couple weeks. So keep your eye on the Kings. And to y'all boys, man, Black in Sports is a major thing. I'm happy to be a part of it, a part of the maturation, and watch y'all grow. Can't wait to the 5th season. Keep pushing. Keep doing different things, man. I talk to EJ often about some of the people you guys have had on and how I say like, and then I listen to the show and I'm impressed every time. So just keep pushing that agenda, man, to keep us in the forefront of conversation. Can we get a Colorado prediction? I got maybe 5 next year. Maybe.
Recruiting go? At least let the recruiting go.
He shoot this shot without recruiting. He said 5 on the board. There it is.
Let's go.
Hey, appreciate you. King Gene, what you got for us?
Man, nothing much, man. Just good. Getting on the phone a little bit, getting a little break from my sleep pattern with the little one. So it's been good as always. And it's 2 big openings at HBCU schools right now. It's Southern and Grambling. They made the changes that they needed to make because those guys couldn't coach. So it's good to see. It's good to see people. They're actually listening now. Like, all right, we see what we can do. So it's good. It's good to see the change that's coming.
Good, man. We're gonna tap in with you and see what you evaluation of those hires when they come in, because you are definitely one of our people on the forefront of what's going on in that realm. Ebony, thank you for jumping on. We know you're busy, Miss Queen VP. So we know you joining us late in that New York, New Jersey area. But any kind of comments? I know you didn't. You got to hear us rap, but anything you want to shout out or send to the people?
No, it's just nice to see you guys. It's been a while since I've been on, and I jumped in and heard it. I was like, oh, see, this is why I live to be on these. So I'm sorry I missed the last few. I'm like, damn, I gotta get back in. I'm missing this. I'm missing this right now. So I'm gonna make sure to be on the next few, so I can jump in the conversation. As always, it's a pleasure to hear all of you gentlemen talk and debate things. I usually learn at least one thing during the conversation. So thank you guys. Always. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. And then MH, what you got for us?
No, Ebony, I share that as well, that I learned something new every time we jump on these. So really appreciate you guys spending part of what's getting into the holiday season with us. Looking forward to season 5. This is much needed. I think I'll speak for EJ as well. Pray for us as we get through this Super Bowl shizzle here in Las Vegas. It's a lot, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and can't wait to talk to y'all again.
And I'm attempting to wrap this up, but a lot of people that did have receipts didn't want to show up tonight. You know, there's a lot of cash money. Some people.
Thanks.
Hey, there's a lot of people that talk some cash money, and I got one of them. He just jumped on backstage.
Yeah.
Bobby,
Look who it
Going on?
Look who it is.
Hey, Bobby.
What's going on?
So we're gonna give you two minutes, man, just so we can get everybody out. It's late on the West Coast, and you know we got some people with daddy duty and all of that good stuff. And I know you just had a long day, so just I'm gonna let you go in.
Well, hey man, sorry that I end up coming in late, but hey man, I appreciate what you guys do, man. Y'all do a great thing. I didn't hear the conversation, but I'm pretty sure it was a great one, and I'll definitely make sure next time I make it on. That's why I want to make sure my man Blake Starr made it in for me. He was actually speaking for me.
Nah, hell no. You don't agree on nothing. You don't agree on nothing. So whatever I said, you think the opposite, and that's what they heard.
Absolutely, and I agree.
Bobby, y'all pulled down 4 wins this year, man. Was the season still a success?
Look here, man. You obviously felt the prime effect. I mean, there's some things that he can control and he can't control. And the difference in the athleticism was obvious. But you see just the motivation that he brings to the non-athletic or to that level that what he can do. If he gets some of those guys, you obviously know what this man's going to do. So I still believe into the prime effect. I was disappointed in some of the letdowns late in some games, but they were close in a lot of games, man. I mean, they could have won. They could have beat USC. They could have beat some of those teams that I thought that they should have won, but, that's part of the game, man. So hopefully this is where we find out, is he as good as a coach as he say he is, because this is where he's got to, make it happen. So, I'm fine with the 4 because I watched a lot of the games. He had me watching.
Was it a success?
Obviously, it's not a success if you
I just want to keep that on the record.
No, it's obviously not. Nobody who wants to win 4 games out of 10, 11 games? No, nobody.
Someone
wants to do
that only won 1, they won't win 4. I don't know.
But even if he just won 1, he better than that. They better than that. But I still believe that he still put it in perspective. Who'd ever thought people would be watching Colorado? Whoever thought that they'd be selling out that stadium? I mean, he had us watching, even was losing.
So you classified as one of our culture because you missed. Gene called him a Baptist preacher, and he hoodwinked every
kind of snake hammer.
And Joel Osteen.
And Joel Osteen. So you down in the Houston area. So he said,
"Hey, look, they can pack out houses, though.
Church of Prime.
Hey, look,
collection.
Church Prime can pack out a house just like Joel Osteen can pack out a house.
Joel do be packing that mug.
You can pack it.
The common thing with all of those guys, he said, they all get money. So don't hate. They get money. I'd
rather win.
Pass the collection, like Gene. We can pass the collection and play it around for the 5 wins next year. Another year without a bowl win.
They going to the Big 12. They at least got a hot 7.
Yeah,
easy. So we got 5 and a hot 7 tomorrow. All right.
Easy.
Well, good, man. Thank you, man. we were wrapping up, man, but I just had to get you on there, man, because a lot of people didn't show up. You're talking Cash Money. You put it out there, and, you showed up. So we appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I did.
So, just getting out of here. MH, did we cut you off, MH, on your final? My bad, man. You good?
We good.
Yeah, So we're wrapping up season 4, and as always, we just appreciate y'all taking the time, especially in the different time zones, to give a part of your day. We laugh, we learn, and that's kind of what the platform is to be, And like with our interviews, we definitely always look to bring people that you haven't thought of or that you should think more of. Like Ebony was one of our pioneers that we had to put out there. So we got to get a revisit from her, because she was just the queen. Now she's the empress. She runs shit over there. You know what I mean? Open up, and hopefully we get her back when we get this basketball arena. But, we're going to put that in the air, and we're going to put that up on guard. Definitely want to thank all of our live people, man. Everybody that does the live comments, man. So, Dylan Moore, thank you. Andrew, man, always good to see you up on the chat, man. Got to give it up to my other nephew, Alex Keller, man. He's always showing up and provided some comments and feedback. And Drop, man, thank you for doing the fact checking. But, yeah, as we always say, please share the show. You're going to learn something. You're going to laugh. And we want to get you guys on here. We're getting ready to take a little bit of a break as the Super Bowl comes. Some things here in Vegas is going to be taking a little time, so we're going to take this hiatus. But we're going to be coming back with season 5. So I hope y'all ready for season 5. It's going to be bigger and better. We're going to keep moving, man. Other than that, man, thank you. God bless you. Good night. All right, you guys.
Appreciate Simmons, second half of the year, comeback player.
Entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.